Hey guys, I'm just going to show you how I do any percent runs on Refunct on the Nintendo Switch, as you can see. So, yeah. Okay, so starting out, I just time a super jump immediately. As soon as I see it get there. Literally, as soon as the water, not even when it gets to the surface here, because I know my reaction time's a little slower. So I wait until the water hits like right there and then I do it. Everyone has different visual cues. That is mine. So, yeah. I was too quick. You know what I used to do? I used to just like spam the jump button, but now I can just time it to one individual press. Okay, so let's start over. So we jump up here, and I'm trying to take the most outside path of this button. That is what I'm trying to do. Also, I should show you my settings because it is actually very important on console. My field of view is 100. I used to run at 120. But if you do that, like your camera is insane. Like you look like you're running a lot faster. It's very satisfying. But it can be a lot harder to do turns and stuff like that. So I typically don't like doing that because the turns are a lot easier when you have lower field of view. But yeah, I mean, I can still do a run and everything because this is how I used to run. But there is a night and day difference between this and this, as you can see here. This button can be our frame of reference. That now, like, you want to like one of the old world records did like this. They ran everything like this. You look so slow to me, honestly, when you're running like this, especially on like these longer stretches here. Like, this doesn't feel like a speed run. So for me, I like to do an in between, which is either 95 or 100. So I do 100. Sensitivity, I used to do 160, but I found that my timing for a lot of jumps is better for 150%. So it just depends on you and your timing. So yeah, I typically turn off the music because the music's really loud. So yeah. Okay, so you got to hear. I just jump directly over. Yeah, if you don't know, even with they're fully raised, you can make this jump pretty easily. So while it's raising, it's not too bad. I still have to hold down the jump. I cannot just make it without. So yeah, ain't that crazy. So dang it. Okay. Um, the whole philosophy of how I do this is I try to avoid going into the center buttons as much as possible. So try to go on the outside, even if it means I missed a button like that. So same thing here. We're just trying to avoid, like it's like we're almost trying to avoid touching the button at all. Like as you can see, I'm not on it, and here we are. You want to be here whenever you're trying to get that button. You want to be on as much of the outside as possible. When I first started running, I would try to hit as close to the center of the button as possible almost every time because I hated missing it. I hated missing it so much. So, yeah, even though this is more risky and you do cause more resets, it's a lot faster. You save a lot of time. So, if you ever want, I used to just run across, but sometimes it will not catch that. It genuinely will not. Like if you're at like a weird angle or something, maybe. I don't know. But I typically like to jump, and through here I like to do a semi jump crouch. I do a bit of more jank way, so we're going to show you the way I do it without falling off, hopefully. Okay. So this is jump, this is crouch, okay? Okay. Jump, crouch, okay? Like that. It doesn't look like much, but there is a difference. Because if I just hold down the jump button, it just sends my guy straight up. But if I do it like this, I don't know, it feels like there's more speed. That's it. I don't know. And you don't actually crouch. Like, you're not actually sliding, so you have more control and stuff like that, the way I do it, so I do not know how to do that throughout the rest of the run. I try to do it so many times on this, but I would end up just falling off the edge, so I don't. So I just do a regular, and the way that I go from here to down there is I turn around, and because of the way my timing of the turn is, I like to just run off, go here, and then go down to that platform. I don't jump, I just run on this line pretty much. Just all the way down. I try to go on as much of the edge as possible for each one. On this one, I try to run on this edge as little as humanly possible. Like, sometimes I will just slide immediately off, which is great to me. The reason why I'm doing just some things differently, honestly, isn't just for time saves. I'm doing it because I am bored of the way that I used to do it. And on top of that, it looks more fun, and I really hope I string together a run with everything one day. So far, I have not. So, take everything with a pinch of salt. Okay, so this is normal. I like to... God, okay. Give me a sec. Also, what you're hearing in the background is my daughter. Yes, I have a daughter now. Her name is Azalea. She is lovely. She is 3 months old. And she really likes talking when I'm talking. So you may hear her. With this, I like to time my jumps just before this. I like doing it right about here. So I have some wiggle room. I don't like doing it near this edge because I will get caught in it. That's what I used to do a lot. Or I used to just spam jump through it. So I did way back in the day, but that would happen. So I just do 2 precise crouches and then strategically time a jump right before, like I said, around here, but a little before is okay too. And also with this, I don't jump, I step up, which is when you go up to a platform and then you press. Usually with a little bit of space, so like if you do this and then do that, you kind of jump. I don't like that. So I do it like right around there. I try to do as many step-ups as humanly possible throughout my run. Sometimes even some of my higher jumps are step-ups, whether intentionally or unintentionally. A lot of my timing just kind of happens to make that happen. So we do this, right? I usually like to jump around here, and I do not hold the jump button. I try to make and clear this section entirely, and sometimes it includes doing a step up on this platform. I feel like that is the fastest way. It genuinely looks like half of my body is hitting this, but it just goes right over. So that's the way I do it. I will show you that now when I get back to it. And also I'll just show you everything I've been doing up until that point. And yeah, I do jump. I actually jump there, even though you really shouldn't be, because it's a rising platform. For whatever reason, the way that I time it, I do not go flying. So it is fantastic. And like I said, I land right there, and I just jump immediately and land here. And when I get up here, I try to go a little bit to the left side. I don't go all the way to the left. This is what I used to do. I used to go like almost all the way and then swing around. I feel like that loses a little bit of time because I feel like you can just do the exact same thing here. And then you could set yourself up a little better here as well with the jump, which is landing as far off the corner as possible. So like there. And then the way that I like to do it, I like to avoid this platform altogether, but if I like get a little bit like here, that's fine. But basically I just want to jump directly from this point to that platform. Also, no, I do not normally ledge grab. I just didn't have the speed, so I will show you with speed. If I can make it. Like so. So, now I will show you the next way I go about this. So like I said, I go from that ledge to this, and I run as close to the center as possible. Actually, no, I go just short of the center. So, like, for reference, this might be, okay, like this here is like the center. I don't really want to stand on the center when I'm going over there. So I like to go right about there. I run like here, or maybe like a little bit of like right here, and then I turn around and jump immediately. Is what I do. I feel like it helps me tremendously because I basically have to skirt, having to ledge grab up. It's slow. This just immediately just puts me up here. And it's kind of like, once again, where my body kind of hits the lower end of this, but it kind of steps up. For a safety net, I do still hold down the jump button just in case, because the timing is extremely precise. I've been getting a lot better with it, so I might eventually stop doing that to ensure that I do get the step up every single time. But until then, I am doing it because the time difference is extremely, extremely negligible on that. I feel like I get the step up anyway. So, anyway, so from here, I will just step off, run, and jump up here. The reason why I walk off is just so I can time a good jump here. It gives me more time to react. So I will try to step up here once again and make that run around. From here, I like to dive into the water and then jump out like just a tiny bit afterwards. I don't actually jump as soon as I come out of the water. So I jump just a little bit afterwards so I can reach up there. However, this is not wanting me to do it. Kind of like that, except sometimes a little quicker. But either way, there's a reason why I do it. It saves time. So what I do, I jump up this. I used to just ride it. But if you learn how to do that, it can save quite a bit of time. From there, I like to go on, I've been liking to go on the right side recently. I used to just do fast 9. And I'm still good at fast 9. But it is fun to do the other side because I am trying to mix things up. So that is what I'm doing. So I go here, I jump, and then I do a super jump. And then I jump just a little bit after I land on this platform here. And then I try to ledge grab on this. I don't actually want to fully clear it because that loses time. I just lost time. So you don't actually want to do what I just did. A good backup, though, like honestly doesn't even lose that much time as if your timing is a little off. I do genuinely just like to do this because it's not that bad. I mean, you are losing time, but since you're doing this, you might as well just go for it. And also, my time right now is where I can make like about a second of mistakes right now. So doing that, it doesn't lose a second. So I think it's worth doing. So from here, I mean, I run over here with all my acceleration speed, pretty close to full speed at that point, which is the point you want to try and maintain full speed as much as possible throughout the speed run. So stopping here isn't really that great. Hence why I like to do the ledge grab, because the ledge grab kind of helps you maintain the speed. Doing a full landing here kind of makes you stop almost entirely. So yeah. Okay. And from here, I like to go all the way down and immediately hit the crouch button as soon as I hit the water. And then go directly above this button. Because of the speed that kind of causes, I can't jump immediately onto this because otherwise it will super jump me all the way up onto that ceiling. So I have to delay my jump. So what I do is I run all the way up here and I do a step up on this pipe. That is what I do. And when I am over there, I go from here to there. I hold straight up until you need to hold either to the right or to the left. Right, left, So, like, I go on this side over here. So I hold straight and I just do a really quick like that. I'll show you right now. I didn't do it correctly. Dang it. I still didn't do it correctly. I swear my other video that I just recorded, I did do it all correctly. There we go, just like that. I feel like it provides a lot more consistency with me, especially since I'm just doing the exact same thing every single time. And that makes it a lot more repeatable. If I just pray and just randomly do it, it doesn't really do a lot of good. So I just try to find a visual cue, which is almost hitting this thing on the face, pretty much. So yeah, that's what I do. From here, once again, I try to whatever. Okay, I feel like I've gotten the philosophy, not the philosophy, but the idea of my entire thing, which is trying to avoid the center button. So it'll just continue if I can actually do it. Even in practice, I have a hard time. If any of you have been wondering where the speedruns have been, this is where they've been. Okay, so from here, I do this 2 different ways. I'll show you the primary way I've been doing it, which is this. I super jump all the way up. And yeah, the other way I do it is I hit this button and then just run straight into it and then just run over to it. I don't actually jump. I don't jump down or anything like that. I just walk off. That's all I do. Some people, they like to crouch down there, but I don't know. I like doing either one of those because it takes out a bit of randomness for me. Now, if I do the runoff, if my timing is a little too fast, I will launch myself up here. Hence why I like to just do the super jump. Sure, it loses a little bit of time, but I'm getting a lot of consistency. So, yeah, I struggle with that a lot. Okay, from there, I go down here, right? I do not time my jumps whatsoever. I do not do the whole 1, 2, 3 kind of deal, although that would save me time, like what I just did. Like, that'd be great, actually, if I did that. Fuck, I really wish I did that. I'm actually just going to start doing that now. Yeah, I just got to start practicing this. Okay. Because that's a step up there, and that's actually faster. What I normally do, though, is I do this. I pretty much try to do as many wall jumps as humanly possible in here. And I usually end up launching myself clear over the whole thing. So, yeah, I don't really recommend this because you do lose a little bit of time because sometimes if you're just spamming it, it will launch you over here. So for now, I would like to just do that. Either 2 jumps like that or 3 jumps just in case I don't make it like I just did. So yeah, take back. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, how do the other guys do it? Let me just think. And I'm like, wow, I'm doing that a lot slower. Anyway, consistency is going to suck anyway for a while. So from there, right, we go over here. I like to try and get as close to this edge as possible. And then straighten myself out. Along this, I like to be a little, as close to parallel as possible with a little bit to the left. Just a little bit to the left. I feel like it helps a lot. Unlike what that guy just did there. Oh, dude. I've been really inconsistent. I'm like derusting at this moment, so. And then as you can see there, I don't actually go all the way to the edge here. I wait until a little bit before. Like I jump like right around like here-ish. Not actually on the edge, like right there. So I jump like right about there. So that way I have a little bit more wiggle room. So that's the idea behind that. From here, I like to... Oh my god, why am I messing all these tricks up when I'm making a YouTube video? From here, I try to hit the inside of it. I actually don't do the outside just because, honestly, it's just a lot quicker. Typically for most buttons, you try to do the outside, but with this, because you're on the inside, you want to try and go as inside as possible. And it gives you a direct line, so it kind of helps a lot. And with this, if you go quick enough, I've been trying to do it where I could just jump on this, but I have not been quick enough. I have not been. So I still have to hold down the jump button when I do this, like so. And as you can see, I do not do the super jump. I wait and I run a little bit forward so I can time this perfectly. So that way I can almost never super jump. The only reason I ever would is if I'm like trigger happy and I just press it over here. From there, I run directly to this. I try to go on as much to the left side as I can. And from here, I hit around here on the left wall. I don't know why, but I just feel like it helps my consistency a lot. So I'm going to try and show you how I would do that. I face forward almost the entire time and do it like that, and then turn left as I'm going up. So that sucked. That really sucked. Oh god, no. Oh, that sucked. Okay, so from there I would like run, touch this button, and then just run off and hold the jump button and ledge grab that. However, since I cannot do that, I will show you. You would just jump. Jump, ledge grab if you're not good enough. But I usually am. I just, yeah, okay. And from there, I like landing on this platform because sometimes I land over here and it's just a little weird. I don't know. So I like to land here, just go straight down. From here, I used to do that. But now I've learned if you just jump over, you actually save time because that crouching loses speed. You maintain almost all your speed doing this. So I do not ledge grab. I did that initially when my friend showed me it, but just jumping, not holding down, gets it over. So from there, I like to aim for the center. So I can straighten myself out here because this is basically my guide right there. So we do this. Oh my god, see this? Oh my god. Okay, so there's a reason why I don't do what I just did, which is normally just going on to that corner because you can just miss that button entirely. So I go just a little bit like here instead of like right there. Because if you do, you can almost skip it entirely. So once again, I will show you how I normally do it. Okay. And over here, I like to go there because I have more wiggle room. I do like to slide off this platform as I'm running because I have all the speed. And I'm able to hold down the jump button, get out of here, and have a straight line to this. This is kind of hard to show, honestly, so I will try my best. As soon as I get on this platform, okay, not as soon. It's a timing thing. It genuinely is. There's not a really good way to show, but just a tiny bit after. Like the tiniest tiny bit afterwards. Like 1/100th of a second, maybe 1/10 of a second. I don't know. But it is so tiny. Like whenever I was on 160 sensitivity, this is a really hard jump to do for me. Hence why I adjusted to 150. This is actually the main reason why I did it. Just that way I could make this jump easier. That is the reason why I said sensitivity is extremely important in this. So you need to find a good sensitivity so you can time your jumps correctly, time your turns, etc. So as soon as I get up here and I am as I am staring in the direction of that button, that's when I jump. I don't do it when I'm lined up with the platform. I do it as soon as I'm lined up with the button. Even though I don't land directly in front of the button. I usually land right here. So with that, because I'm maintaining all speed, you need to, as soon as you get on here, hold the right stick and the left stick as soon as you get up there, pretty much. Except do a little bit of an upwardish angle, not too much. So I'll show that now. That sucked. Just lost time. Like that. Sometimes you will land almost directly on that button. So that's fine as well, as long as you're not super in the air. You're not losing that much time. So from there, I do not like to jump. I like to do step-ups. And I try to go on that edge as much as possible. That was bad. If you want, you can do what I did, but you have to jump a little later. But I like to do a little bit more of a run-up, so it's a little safer. Okay, so once we get over there, spiral jump is really hard on a controller. Okay, and from someone that used to struggle with it immensely. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, doing your tiny little thumbstick wiggle, like just a tiny little wiggle, is not going to do anything. Don't try to just run on the outside of it and hope that you just press it. You need to genuinely hit the left side. That is what I learned. You have to just fully hit it, otherwise you will not get it as nearly as much as you want it, just like that. And normally I would jump just a tiny bit after I land, like 1/10 of a second, just because if you do it immediately, you might miss the jump. I've gotten a lot better with it though, so I get a little more wiggle room. If you ever need a backup, I can show you a backup. You just run straight at the wall, and I like to turn right. You can technically turn left, but I think right's just a little easier for me. But you need to run straight at it. You cannot be at an angle, so it can be really hard to do on the spur of the moment. And also, you can't go too much right, and you can't go a little too much center, so it's like a really hard balance. Like, I haven't done this trick in forever, and I still have a really hard time doing it. I used to practice this and almost do this entirely, so I would be the person to know. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's just really, really hard to do. Dude, come on. Okay. Bro. Like, see there, I was on an angle, so it's not going to be any good. Bro, come on. How is that not doing it? Oh my god, dude, I suck. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I do need to go more right, so let me just try that again. Oh my god, I need to go even more to the right. Thank you. Okay. So basically you need to go as flat, as close to flat as you possibly can without going a little too over, a little too under. That is what I am learning here. Now with higher sensitivity, you might be able to do this a little easier. Like 160 I feel like would be pretty good. Do note that I do have a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, which is differently. It does have different sensitivity. The Joy-Cons and regular Switch controllers do have different. So the Joy-Cons, I like... Okay, so for reference, I used to do this at 160. I've been doing it at 150. The Joy-Cons, while I was doing 160, I would have to lower it to 150. So if I were to speed run with Joy-Cons now, I'd have to go down to 140. Regular Nintendo Switch controllers, like the $20 ones, I could probably do like 160, 170 because they have slightly less sensitivity. But for our purposes, we'll be doing 150. So yeah, let's just pretend that we totally did that. From here, you can do the crouch jump thing I just did there. I usually don't because I suck at doing it right here. But sometimes I do if I feel... I don't know. Anyway, crouch jumps are great if you can do them. I can't. I mean, I can. I can, I just don't. So either way, hold down jump, do that. That's the main reason right there, is because the timing is really, really hard to do if you're trying to do this really quickly. So I just, oh my god. As you can see there, it just ate a jump entirely because I'm trying to turn and jump as quickly as humanly possible there. And with this, I like to run off here and go to the right side. And whenever I reach this, I can do the crouch almost immediately. There was another setup that somebody else showed me once, and I don't do it anymore because it's just a little difficult, where you go on this platform and you jump off of there and then you have a perfectly timed one, but it's just a little more difficult to do. From here, I do not try to just do the single jump where you don't have to hold down. I hold down my jump, so I do. From here, I do the crouch jump. Oddly enough, of all places, I do it right here because it's just a little easier for me. So I do it right there. I do it as close to this corner as humanly possible. I don't go towards the center corner, so I can do a straight beeline to this. From here, I mean, it's pretty simple. I'll try to show you what I do. I land on the platform, I wait for it to rise, and then I super jump to this, and I jump immediately on the edge. And I try to do the edge of that button and land directly on this platform, even though I didn't do it. And from here, I jump as soon as I get on that jump platform. So, and then this, just trying to cut corners. From here, I've been doing a different strat than I have been doing, which is completely bypassing the pipe. What I used to do is I used to just jump directly on top of the pipe, but I find this more fun and slightly more challenging. Now with this, there's not really any specific strategy here aside from just jumping across. However, what I noticed in one person's run, I forget whose it was, but I'm trying to jump as close to this beginning as possible on every single one of these. So that way I have more time to space out from pressing the button into jumping to the next section over there. Because landing in the water there just slows you down. So I try to do like this. And then jump as late as humanly possible so you can just land on the platform. And as you saw there, I do a little bit of a different jump than some people. I jump like here directly to that platform. I used to just do this, honestly, which isn't that much of a difference, but I don't know. It just shaves a little bit. And from here, I jump off the side of this and set myself up that way. That wasn't really a good example of how I do it normally, though. Like, that's a lot better. I try to get as close to this corner as humanly possible when I'm doing that. Dude, I just did it. Okay. If wondering how good I am, that's how good I am. Anyway. And from here, it's just simple, just jump ups, hold and jump up. I like to go to the left side there. I used to just go directly diagonal, but it's helped a lot with the transition. So I go like this, and then I turn so I can straighten out. And from here, once again, I like to go a little bit to that left side there, like that. So I don't have to worry so much about where I'm going to land and how I'm turning and stuff like that. It's all calculated, and it makes it a lot more predictable. From there, it's just a straight shot as you saw. The only thing I will note, though, is I like... oh my god, dude. What am I talking about? I like to jump on this edge here, and just that way I can land directly on here and just step up. So I don't have to jump over the entire thing there. Once again, step up and jump as close. I just jump on the edge there, and I just wall jump on the edge. It's a little difficult to do, but once you practice it, it's quite easy and replicable. From here, I do a crouch jump, like that. Because you're just going straight anyway, it doesn't matter if you are sliding a bit. By the time you're done sliding, you will be able to jump again. If you're really badly timed, then it can really show. Okay. And from there, as you saw, I go to this platform. That's how I do it. I go directly here. I try to go to as much of the left side as possible. I like to go a bit at an angle. I know some people like to go straight at it, but I like to do an angle. So I will show you how I try to do the ending trick. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. I didn't get it. I didn't. Okay. So my thing there, I would have done like, not like that. Even more outside. I would have done more outside. So I don't know, that's a little okay. Like one way I can okay, one thing I like to avoid doing, which I have been doing sometimes, is I jump when I am still under the ceiling. Sometimes I do my timing a little off so I can just get a complete clean jump out. I want to hit this. I want to hit the ceiling here so I can land on this platform quicker. And then if you time it all right, this platform will rise. And when you land here, the platform will just be coming up so you can do a super jump all the way up. As a backup, I'm pretty good about getting up here. I used to suck a lot at it. So the fact that I could just do that shows you the practice I've been putting in. Even if I get a little janky like that, I can still get up just about every single time. It's good to practice both because you will miss this. You will miss this, even though it does save quite a bit of time. But if you're like me and PB kind of sucks and it still needs a lot of improving, it isn't that bad. So that is everything I try to do in one run. Now I will try to do it all right now and probably fail, but yeah. Just show you it all in action about why I have not been getting a PB. Like I'm telling you right now, I will not get everything exactly the way I want it, even though I've been practicing for dozens of hours at this point over everything. That's good. That's actually really good. That was bad. I didn't want that slide there, but it's okay. It doesn't lose that much time, so it's not a big deal. It does lose a little bit of time, but it is what it is. That's not that great. Oh, I still did it. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. Isn't the worst. Not the worst. I've had a lot worse of those. Oh my god, dude, no. Oh man. I had almost everything. Just about everything there. Oh my god, dude, that sucked. Okay. Trying to do it even though I know I'm obviously not gonna get it. Ugh. That is why I'm not getting any new PBs. it's, it's just really hard to nail everything down in one run. Ugh. It is grueling. So yeah, that has been the process of me trying to grind. So yeah, if any of you guys have any suggestions on what I could do faster, I will take any suggestions in the comments. Um, yeah, aside from that, I will tell you guys I have been doing okay. um, yeah. Um, I don't know. I have a job. I can afford food. I can afford housing. So I mean, I'm doing okay. Mentally, I'm still but we will get to that when I can, when I have time, basically. So yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I know this is way too long. I probably should have shortened it a lot. But yep. See you guys.